Is it like CNN with breaking news?
Almost. Because what happens is, if I may talk about breaking news, this is the right question topic. For example, you cover an event. When you break a news, it doesn't have to be complete yet, but as complete as possible. Send whatever you know. What happened? The most basic to be most basic. Send it in, and while your editors put it online, you collect the more, you substantiate it, you ask why, and
just so that you're able to put it out there first. Yeah,
like
because that's very important.
You have to be
being
first.
Out there first.
Exactly, especially with the social media now. When you're late, because the first ones always get retweeted.
Yes.
I heard, hey, Inquirer said this and that.
Even when they're written about, like you can always have that, claim to fame that you were the first one to feature, you were the first one to cover it.
Yeah, but I think nagkaroon naman na understanding our reporters and our company about that. I think it works for everyone. Because when you're the first one, your brand gets more recall.
Yes.
People love your brand more, and that's the
You actually also become like a reference.
A reference and a thought leader, not just the parang here's the news. We actually,
that's nice, thought leader.
Thought leader. We actually derive the opinions and the thoughts that people talk about. Yung habang nag-breakfast, habang nasa jeep, whatever. That's what they saw, that's what they're going to talk about.
So for Inquirer, what do they have? They have a Facebook account,
they have a Facebook account, Twitter. I do believe, yes, we have an Instagram account.
Oh, they also have Instagram. Yes. I was just about to ask.
In fact, one time, I saw this, if I may relate, I saw this promo sa isang fast food chain owned by a very big company. Also known as. No. And they had this promo na nakalagay sa counter nila that says, senior citizen discount not valid for a particular product. I took a picture, kasi sabi ko, how come na hindi pwede ito sa senior citizen? It's a law. Sabi ko gano'n. I took a picture, put it up in Instagram, and I tagged Inquirer.net in both Instagram and Twitter. After a couple of hours, Inquirer.net replied and said that they're going to look at it, that matter. I don't know what happened, but when I came back the next day, wala na siya. Wala na yung sign na yun. And I actually asked for the manager what happened, and they said they got a lot of inquiries. They didn't say from whatever, but they didn't take it out. So at least, you put it out there, may nag-likes, may nag-comment. Somehow, I would like to think that it did help.
And it does count.
It does count. Yeah. There's those small things, Sa inyo, sa TV ninyo, looking forward, what's your plan? I mean, as a segment producer then, anong plan mo for yourself? Anong future mo na isa sa media practitioner? Anong future that there is for you?
Well, there are still 4 positions after segment producer. But
ano yun?
I'm speaking for myself. Segment producer is enough for me.
Okay.
Because the higher position would mean a different responsibility.
Right.
And you enjoy what you do right now.
Yes, right now. The perks of like traveling and have this media people. From segment producer, you're going to be associate producer. You'll be second assistant producer. Then you'll be the executive producer.
Yun na yung parang
yun na yung top. Well, if you have the money, you'll be the producer by then.
Speaking of money, is there money at your job?
A lot.
Okay. But who gets the money though?
Definitely it's the network, actually.
Okay, first and foremost.
However,
the network or the production company? The network.
The network. Definitely the network. Because you cannot air it.
Kasi you have a production company,
yes.
Wala ka namang
venue
to air it.
Well, you really have to pay the network for that matter.
Pero for a writer sa TV shows, may pera ba doon for a writer?
Yes, because ikaw yung iimbitahan. Like, just right now, parang if there is a particular event, ang iniimbita naman is the writer, the segment producer,
to cover the event.
So, mean to say, all the perks goes through you. Now, kung kailangan pa nila ng bigger a bigger exposure, that's the time na papasok naman yung sales ng television.
Oh. How about you, my friend? Ano ang future after editor?
What's next?
Sa isang magazine? I mean, that's already you're already the number one person sa magazine. Eh.
Well,
As is when editorial content.
Yeah, personally, something that I'd want to achieve more is actually have a column in the paper.
In a newspaper?
In a newspaper, yeah. But also talking about probably the same things that I talk about in space. So probably that's just like one of my dreams, or maybe do a magazine abroad would also be something good because it's totally different. It's a totally different environment. So you could be challenged again, you know, like, because right now, even though you say that you're in the top position, actually, you're actually given the most responsibility for it. You know, like, mali ng editorial assistant mo, mali mo.
Right.
Pagkukulang ng assistant stylist mo, pagkukulang mo yun.
Right.
You know, like, so, it's a glamorous job. You have a lot of perks. You know, you get to travel, and you know it has a good ring to it. You know, and you're so proud. Yeah, you're proud of yourself for being editor in chief. But one must probably remember, you know, like, not to get it into his or her head, because you're there. You were put there to serve. Yeah, you know, like, to serve a better purpose. You know, like, have to be able to cover everyone's back, and not just be the be-all, end-all. It's not really like that.
Hindi siya parang nominal position lang na, I'm the queen.
Yeah. Hindi ako muse.
Right.
Kaya may editors at large.
Correct.
They're actually the muses there. So, and just to add on to that, I think it's best that you start from ground up. It's the best way to learn.
Yes, kasi you know every
Yeah,
step.
I started as an editorial assistant for 2 years. You know, I learned how to style. I learned how to write simple captions until I learned how to do actual feature writing. And then you write about restaurants, about homes, about hotels, about products, and all these things. Everything. Well, except motoring. I don't know how to write about
I'll do
motoring.
it for you.
Yeah, I don't know how to write about motoring, but, you know, like, from there, you'll also learn which way you go. Are you going to be, like, for magazines, are you going to be a
Parang
stylist?
tikim-tikim ka muna.
Oh, are you going
This
to
is
be a
what I wanna do.
stylist? Are you going to be a features writer? Are you going to be a bookings editor? They're in charge of, like, you know, like, locations and everything. Or, you know, do you do special projects for magazines or things like that? So, yeah, you just have to start from the ground up.
Kasi ako din, I do agree with that. Kasi parang, what I'm very thankful for na hindi agad ako naging writer is because when I became an editorial production assistant at first, nandun ako sa loob ng office. So I kind of know how it worked. Alam ko kung kailan ang deadline. Alam ko dapat by this time nakapasok na yung summary, nakilala ko yung mga tao doon. Then when I became a writer, that's the time na I was in the field na. Of course, I have to cover events, to interview people. And that's why I think one of the things that I love about the job, that kasi I don't like to be inside the office for 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I'd like to go out there and you know, the perks of you write whenever and wherever you want, kind of, most of the time. If I feel like writing
Whenever the mood hits.
Whenever, creatives eh.
Yeah.
You can just force yourself to write. Ako nga, what I do is, I run a lot, I walk a lot. So, pag upo ko sa, before I even sit down in front of the computer, alam ko na what to write. I've already thought about it. Because may mga moments din ako na, it's true, it's real yung writer's block. Sometimes 3 hours na akong nakaupo in front of the computer. I just cannot think of something interesting. And if I'm not interested, then my readers won't be interested. So, ang ginagawa ko, you know, just to be more effective, just I think about it, even at night, pag nakahiga na ako and I think of something interesting, even at 3 a.m., tatayo ako and list it down and actually write about it when I feel the urge. Because
buti nga it's easy nga. Just like in the phone nga. Just
correct.
type it out and then go back to sleep.
It doesn't have to be perfect grammar yet. Basta pag may idea ka, write it down. Kasi you will forget.
Yes. So it has happened to me.
It has happened to us a lot. And you don't want to wait. And nakakainis yung ganung moments na you should have written it down. And you'll just be mad at yourself for not writing it down. So for me, ang plan ko, I'm happy with what I'm doing right now. I've been doing it for 6 years. But I do plan on becoming an editor for sometime in the future, in the near future. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm actually, of course, I also contribute for Space Magazine. yung parang broaden din the horizon. Like you gusto mo magkaroon ng experience sa newspaper.
Kasi newspaper writing and magazine
Iba
writing
rin
are both different.
It's
Very
different,
different.
very different. And I thank you for helping me transition into that. Gusto ko rin expand yung aking expertise and skills. I do want
More experience.
more experience. And sometimes we've talked about also working for TV, which I'm very interested and looking forward to it. Ganun eh, kasi hindi naman pwedeng adobo na lang yung pagkain.
Yes.
You have to explore sometimes. So, for now, I'm really happy. There is career here in what we do, I believe. And,
You just really have to be hardworking. And
bawal ang tamad.
Bawal ang tamad. And okay lang ang moody. Huwag lang tamad.
Procrastinating.
Okay lang. For as long as you meet the deadline, or at least try your best to meet the deadline.
Enjoy and love your work.
Enjoy. Find something that you love. So what you do. Because there are times na, even nung second or third year pa lang, parang, oh my God, why am I here? May mga ganun din akong moments na parang, why do I keep on doing this? But I find yung thing that really makes me love the job. Na parang, ito na naman, I'm writing again about the real estate.
Yeah, and it will happen and happen again. Hindi everyday fun.
Fun.
Yeah. So, it will be a headache sometimes. You'll hate it so much that you want to resign. Pero, breathe lang.
Breathe in, breathe
And
out.
allow yourself to learn.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. There's so many things to write about and to edit and to feature. So there is a career, and I highly recommend that people actually pursue a career in media. That's on a personal note.
And I think, just to cap it all off, I think you just have to always remember how to be a responsible member of the media. You do not use it to your own advantage. You know, like it's not for personal gain. So, yeah. I
Think of the readers. The readers first all the time. Kung ano yung mag-benefit for them, double check, triple check.
May perks ka na eh.
May perks.
So, pagdating sa trabaho, gawin mo na ng tama at
Correct. You're gonna do it anyway.
Maayos,
At
maganda.
ako talaga,
Yes.
lagi kong tip pag may tatanong sa akin, bawal ang mahihiyain. That's always my tip. Wala tayong mararating pag mahihiyain eh. And buti na lang tayo naturally. We're extroverts.
At saka ready ka na pag, kunyari, tinapon ka sa work, kahit hindi ka pa
Yes.
ready, just take on the challenge. I mean, that's what happened to me. That's why I became editor. I would say that I was too young for it, but just take on the challenge, and as long as you surround yourself with people that will grow with you and that will help you, that will inspire you, then I guess you're in the good
Right track.
On the right track.
good environment. That's it. Good luck. Bye.